Alright, Unit 5, Formative 1, Day 4, Factoring when missing terms. So we've been dealing with trinomials that look like ax squared plus bx plus c, okay, 3x squared plus 7x plus 4. Okay. Well, today we're going to look at the ones where we're missing the middle term. Alright, so it'll have an x squared, and then it'll have your constant or your number, so there won't be any x term. And what do we do with that? Alright, so our first one, we have negative 3x squared plus 27. Now we know that you always look for a GCF. So is there a number that will go into both of those? Okay. Also, your a is a leading negative, so you know you want to take out a negative. Okay, but 3 will go into both of those. So I'm going to factor out a negative 3. So I have x squared minus 9. Okay. Alright, you notice here's my a term. And here's my c term. There's no b term there. Okay? But in order for the b term to go away, you know that it's really just a 0. Okay? Right, so there's our trinomial. We're looking at a 0. You don't have to write the 0, but know that there's a 0 there. Okay? And I want to factor my trinomial. So I'm going to do my two parentheses. And we know in order to get x squared, we have to do x and x. Okay? Now, negative 9. To get factors of negative 9 are negative 3 and 3, negative 9 and 1. Okay? So I'm going to try this one first. So I'm going to go a minus 3 and a plus 3. Okay? So again, we want to check the middle term. So I'm going to take my first times my last, or my outside. So x times 3 is 3x. And then my inside, negative 3 times x is negative 3x. And I get 0x, which is what I have here. Okay. So there's my answer. Okay, I don't need to try anything else. I guess I checked it, I got what I wanted, so we're done. Okay, so next one, take a look. Will anything factor out of 4a squared and 16a? And a 4 will, so I'm going to factor 4 out. So we have a squared. Now we don't have a b term, so I'm going to go ahead and put 0a minus 16. So we know we have our two parentheses, and to get the a squared, we have to take a times a. Now we're going to look at the negative 16. Okay, that's negative 1 and 16, negative 4 and 4. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and check our guess, negative 4 and 4 first. Oops, that's not a 9. So that's my guess. My check. Oops. Remember, you're going to take your outside. So a times a is 4a. Take your inside. Negative 4 times a is negative 4a. And I get 0a, which is what we want our middle term to be. So there's my answer. Okay. If that didn't work, we would go try the negative 1 and 16. Alright, so we have negative x squared plus 81. Okay, there's not a number that will go into x squared and 81. However, we have a leading coefficient of a negative, so you know you need to factor out a negative 1. Okay, there's no middle, so I'm going to go ahead. Okay, and I factor, remember when you factor out a negative 1, that's going to change that to negative 81. Alright, so we have negative 1, two parentheses. Okay, how can I get x squared? I'm going to factor x times x. And then factors of negative 81, negative 9 and 9, negative 1 and 81. Let's see, negative 3 is 27, 4 won't 5. Okay, let's try those. Alright, I'm going to try negative 3 and 27 first. So negative 3 plus 27. Okay, so I'm going to check my outside. X times 27 is 27x. Inside is negative 3x. That gives me 24x. Okay, but I want 0, so that didn't work. So let's erase that. Okay, and I'm going to try now my negative 9 and my positive 9. Okay. So outside, x times 9 is 9x. Negative 9 times x is negative 9x, and I get 0. X, which is what I wanted, so there's my answer. Okay. That's how you factor when there's a missing term. Have a great day. See you in class, guys. Make sure you take good notes.